बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। बिला तकल्लुफ के साथ मैं हूँ राजा अनीस। मेरी तरफ से पूरे पाकिस्तान को अस्सलाम वालेकुम। बिला तकल्लुफ का खुसूसी प्रोग्राम पाकिस्तान और ईरान की दोस्ती के नाम। जी हाँ, ईरान हमारा ब्रदर मुल्क जिसके साथ हमारे ताल्लुकात बहुत पुराने हैं। वो इतने पुराने, जब पाकिस्तान बना 14 अगस्त 1947 को ईरान पहला मुल्क था जिसने पाकिस्तान को रिकग्नाइज किया। बिल्कुल इसी तरह पाकिस्तान ने भी उसी तरह मोहब्बत का जवाब दिया जब 1979 में आफ्टर ईरान रेवोल्यूशन पाकिस्तान वाज द फर्स्ट कंट्री who recognized the Iran. Before I start the program, अल्लाह ताला के बाबरकत नाम से हम प्रोग्राम का बाकायदा आगाज करते हैं।
الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. I would like to request, please stand up for national anthem of Iran.
हमारी खुशकिस्मती ये प्रोग्राम पाकिस्तान काउंसिल ऑफ फॉरेन रिलेशन के ताउन से हम आपके सामने पेश कर रहे हैं। हमारे दरमियान मौजूद हैं एम्बेसडर हसन हबीब साहब। सो आई वुड लाइक टू कॉल अपॉन यार, बहुत ज़बरदस्त उनका इस्तकबाल कीजिए। सर, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? प्लीज़ वेलकम मिस्टर एम्बेसडर हसन हबीब।
Thank you very much. I am very honored and grateful to Consul General Hussain Nooranian, who had spared his time. I know he is very busy at the moment. Pakistan and Iran are really good friends. We can trace our relation to prehistory, in fact. There's a lot of movement coming from Iran towards our region. In fact, I can claim both of my parents migrated from Iran. I was born here. So that is the history of Pakistan. Most of the people, your Prime Minister Benazir was from the Iranian mother. Mr. Farooq Laghari had two daughter-in-laws from Iran, and the story goes on. So these are culturally and socially, since Mughal time, we were very close to Iran, and the Indian culture, which is very proudly called the Mughal culture, is an Iranian culture. Coming to recent history, as our host said, Iran was the first country to recognize Pakistan, and Since then, we cooperate in a very, very difficult regional situation. Please try to understand that both countries have more spoilers than the friends. So we survive in a very difficult environment, and this is thanks to the wise leadership of Iran, that their performance is much better than us, but I hope soon we will catch up. Culture is so close that I claim, you have just now heard Pakistan's national anthem. There is only one word which is not Persian, which is ka. That is not in Persian. Rest is 100% Persian. That shows how close we are to Iran. There are a lot of movement, religious tourism going towards Iran. And normal tourism also popular because Iran has some of the finest sites for tourism. You can say Isfahan and Shiraz are two purely touristic sites where many Pakistanis go. But normal Pakistani religiously will go to Qum and Mashhad and other sites. Some even cross Iran to go towards Iraq by land. Lot of movement is on that route also. So all in all, there is a lot of people-to-people contacts. There are a lot of, but what we lack is organized trade. There is a lot of smuggling. If you look at the rough estimates, our border irregular trade is close to $4 billion. Close to $4 billion, maybe more. So we are having a lot of Iranian products here. We have a lot of Iranian oil and other products, and so is a lot of Pakistani products reaching Iran. When I was posted in Tehran, we used to buy Pakistani banana on the streets of Tehran, not far from our embassy, and rice and other products. So in a way it is good, but it will be more beneficial if we formalize this trade into proper channels. And we have, but for that we have to find certain ways of exchanges because Iran is currently under sanction. We pray and hope that those will be lifted soon so that we can have a trade which is more in line with the governmental regulations, and quality products should reach both the people. Having said so, there is a lot of potential between Iran and Pakistan in the education sector. Unbeknown to the world, Iran has built very good institutions. There are very nice universities, especially in sciences and technology. In these sanctions, Iran has developed its indigenous defense industry. Pakistan also have indigenous industry. In these sanctions and in this hostile environment, we should find ways to work out in a manner that we should provide a good environment to our people. In education, as I said, we have a lot of potential, not only religious education. I know a lot of students go for religious education. For that, center of excellence in the world is Qum. But otherwise, in technology and science and there are so many subjects, Iran is a very model country. Similarly, Pakistan excel in a lot of fields. So there is a lot of potential where we can have exchange students and we can have relationship otherwise. Pakistan Council on Foreign Relations also maintains very close relation with think tanks in Iran, and we will be trying to host a joint conference probably early next year. And for that, it will be a very nice, we have regular exchanges between Iran and Pakistan at all levels. So with this, I'll say thank you to Aka Hussainian again. He has spared his time for us, and I hope my students will learn a lot from it about how to manage regional affairs. It's not an easy thing to overcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan Habib. I would like to show some clips about the Iran.
ईरान का ये बहुत ही अहम और पेशरफ्त कदम है। मुझे यहाँ आके एक दिली खुशी महसूस हुई कि ईरान ने इस वक्त इस चीज़ को महसूस किया कि ख़वातीन के हुकूक़ के लिए ये जो कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई है ईरान में, और यहाँ पे जो तकरीबन 91 ममालिक की ख़वातीन ने यहाँ शिरकत की। एक तो इसका ये था कि एक पूरी दुनिया की ख़वातीन एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे जमा थी और ये बहुत एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म ईरान ने मुहैया किया था। और दूसरा ये कि ख़वातीन जहाँ भी हों उनके मसाइल तकरीबन एक जैसे होते हैं।
Together we can make that change and become those powerful women, those influential women who got together around the table in the Congress Hall. I felt so proud to be a part of it. Thank you, Iran, for having us over, for your great hospitality, for giving us the opportunity to get to know you better, to get to know other women better.
Very nice, ladies and gentlemen. We have fortunate, we have a personality, Honorable Excellency, His Excellency Consul General of Iran, Mr. Hassan Nourian, very active, very energetic Consul General in all Karachi. So please put your hands together for Mr. Hassan Nourian.
I would like to express my sincere thanks and appreciation for the Pakistan Consul on Foreign Relations for the actually very brilliant suggestion to have an interactive meeting today with some students. Maybe you are studying in foreign policy and international relations. And million thanks to my friend Mr. Rajanis from Bila, Takalluf, Metro1 news channel. Last year we also recorded a special program regarding the Iranian culture and food festival. And I would like to welcome to you all, and very special thanks to Ambassador Hassan Habib for his very kind words regarding the relations between Iran and Pakistan. We have provided a PowerPoint to explain regarding the Iran and Pakistan's relations in contemporary and in the past. So I think it will be better to go through the PowerPoint to explain the subject of today's program. As Mr. Rajanis and Ambassador Hassan Habib both mentioned, Iran and Pakistan has many commonalities in history, in culture, in religion, in language, and many other common issues. And politically, after the independence of Pakistan in 1947, as they mentioned, Iran was the first country. The government of Iran was the pioneer to the recognition of Pakistan as the first. And in return, in 1979, when the Islamic Revolution in Iran was actually victory against the Shah regime, Pakistan was the first country that recognized Iran's Islamic Revolution. This is a short story about our political relation. Mr. Ambassador Hassan Habib said the national anthem of Pakistan is in full Persian word. پاک سرزمین شاد باد کشور حسین شاد باد تو نشان عزم عالیشان ارض پاکستان مرکز یقین شاد باد. You see that we as the Iranian actually Farsi language spoken can easily and fluently read the national anthem of Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Alishwa Rashid, and today my question was, we have seen that many countries like China and Russia are now trading in their own currency, or they are preferring to use their own currency rather than US dollars for their trade purpose. So do you see Pakistan and Iran doing such sort of trading where they will use either Iranian riyal or Pakistani rupees for the trade? Thank you.
Thank you. You have mentioned a very important point. You know, Iran is under sanction from the beginning after the Islamic Revolution. We have two types of sanctions. The first types of sanctions are actually imposed by United Nations Security Council, which we can say they are legal sanctions because they are based on the resolution of United Nations Security Council. And the second types of the sanctions are imposed by a kind of unilateralism which was imposed by a superpower like United States of America. After the nuclear deal which was signed between Iran and 5+1 in 2015, all of the sanctions which were imposed by the United Nations Security Council, all of them suspended and lifted. But right now, only those sanctions which was imposed by United States of America, these types of sanctions are still existing, which you can see Russia also the suffering, and many other countries are suffering of the sanctions which was imposed by United States of America. And the Americans, they are using the dollars as the weapon against those countries who are not actually dependent on them. As an alternative solution for the sanction of our state bank and banking channels, which are closed because of these types of sanctions, the alternative solution is doing business mutually with our national currencies, which you have mentioned right now. Iran is ready for actually have the same type of the business and financial system with Pakistan. And already the State Bank of Pakistan has proposed to do this type of national currency relation with Pakistan, and the State Bank of Pakistan also, they are working on this suggestion.
Well, students, one thing I would like to add with you. Excellency told us about the Allama Iqbal poetry and also our national anthem, Qawmi Tarana, जिसमें उन्होंने कहा कि फारसी के बहुत सारे लफ्ज़ हैं, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ मैं ये भी शेयर करते चलूँ कि कराची में बहुत सारे रोड जो हैं वो हमने ईरानी पोइट्स के नाम से रखे हैं. सर प्लीज वुड प्लीज टेल अस खयाबान जामी.
In Tehran, as the capital of country, we have some streets by the name of, for example, Shahrahe Muhammad Ali Janah, which is located in Azadi Tower, as going to the north of Tehran as the capital of country. And also there is a street in the heart of the city, its name is Pakistan Street. We say Khiyaban Pakistan. In Isfahan, as one of the most famous Iranian cities that thousands of foreign tourists are visiting this city, we can see a street, its name is Khiyaban Iqbal. And in return, we can see here many khiyabans and streets by the name of Iranian poets like Khiyaban Saadi, Khiyaban Firdausi, Khiyaban Jami, Khiyaban Hafiz, Khiyaban Altar.
Put your hands together.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Uwais Baloch. So So basically my question is about the recent development in the Persian Gulf, especially the Iran-Saudi relationship. The statement of the Iranian Rear Admiral that a joint naval force in the Persian Gulf with the Saudi, Iran, Qatar, Kuwait, Pakistan and India. So the question is that if this succeed in that point, will it be possible to exterminate the external force, exterminate as in to make sure that they don't interfere in the Persian Gulf itself? And how can Pakistan play a role in it politically and military in the Strait of Hormuz and the Persian Gulf?
You know, Iran and Saudi Arabia, along with Pakistan and Indonesia, many other important Islamic countries, they have very crucial role in Islamic world. And Iran is actually very warmly welcomed the reapproachment our political relation with Saudi Arabia. Annually, thousands of Iranian people are interested to go for Hajj and Umrah, and many people from Saudi Arabia also they want to go to Iran for pilgrimage purposes and doing business as well. In my opinion, we cannot buy the security from the market or from the foreigners. We have to establish security in our region by ourselves. Indigenously security have to be established by our own countries. Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan, all of the Arab countries who are actually in our region, Iraq as well. We have to join hands and make and establish security for ourselves. Because we all of Islamic countries are facing many challenges, and we can actually refer to a very previous proverb that they are saying that divide and rule. So these types of conspiracy have to be actually managed by the establishing of security and most importantly creating of indigenous security in the region. You just see Afghanistan is a good example. What's the current situation in Afghanistan after 20 years of actually being the Western coalition in Afghanistan? When they left Afghanistan last year, you couldn't see even one hospital, you couldn't see even one good university in Afghanistan, no infrastructure in this country. After 20 years of coalition and being the American and the European countries in this country. And right now there is no stability, no economy, no infrastructure, no development. So we have to do something for us. We, Pakistan, I mean Turkey, Afghanistan, all of the Arabic countries, Iraq. You just saw the ISIS horrible activities in Syria and Iraq. So we have to join hands to do something for our security.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. My name is Fazle Rabi, and I wanted to ask a question about cultural basic relationships. Recently, I think in 2020 and 2021, you must have seen that a lot of Turkish actors, they were coming to Pakistan because Turkish dramas had become very popular. How do you think Pakistan can improve their relationship with Iran? In which perspective and in which sector? Thank you.
Yeah, Iran has many culture centers here in Pakistan. After you passing the Clifton Bridge, after Tinterwar, I think, yeah, you can see the left side, the Iranian culture center, which are saying Khane Farhang. And also here in Hyderabad, we have the same culture center in Hyderabad, same culture center in Quetta, in Peshawar, in Multan, Lahore, Islamabad. And they have many activities, cultural activities, by holding some exhibitions like photo exhibitions, art exhibitions. They are holding Persian courses, Persian language courses. And in the past, we have held many film festivals here in Pakistan. I think cinema and film festival is a good chapter to have much more cultural activities because the new generation they are very interested in cinemas and movies instead of poems, I think. So I agree, we can do many things. The cultural wing of the ECO organization, they have also worked in the same programs. I remember last year a group of Qawwali Khani of Pakistan, they attended in Tehran, and they have held many events in different parts of Tehran and in Iran also. They are sending many people. Recently they have sent a group of editors of newspapers to Tehran, and we are trying to invite some Iranian chief of editors to visit Pakistan through images. Yes, the culture and arts has not any limitation to work in those countries because of many commonalities and similarities.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muzammil Sheikh, and first of all, I would like to extend my gratitude for this opportunity. Sir, my question is, you must be aware a few days back, a strike by the Pakistan Petroleum Dealers Association was announced, and other than to increase their margin, one of their concerns was the smuggling of Iranian oil to Pakistan, and they said which has reduced their sales by 30%, which makes a huge part, of the whole. So my question is, how can Iran and Pakistan cooperate, and what role can Iran play for Pakistan to, reduce this export of oil to Pakistan through illegal means? And one more thing, how does this element of sanctions on Iran, what role does it play in the conduct of illegal trade? Thank you.
Thank you. I have already mentioned some points regarding the smuggling and trafficking in our common borders. Iran is loser, because millions of petrol is smuggling from Iran, because Iran has actually, for the refinery expenditures and many other issues, the governmental actually wealth of the country is expended for the refinery to make petrol in the country and diesel, and the smugglers are smuggling all of this actually production illegally, and Iran is not happy for the smuggling, as well as Pakistan is not happy for this issue. And we understand and realize that, Mr. Ambassador, that smugglers, they add some water and some other formulas to the Iranian petrol, and they also actually tarnish the brand of Iranian petrol here in Pakistan because the engine of the motorcycles and cars, they have some mechanical errors, because the people are saying that the petrol of Iran was in a bad quality and my engine was destroyed. So there are two alternate mechanisms, like the national currency, as we mentioned, and the barter trade mechanism, that both officials from Trade Promotion Organization, the State Bank of Pakistan, the Chamber of Commerce of both countries, they are working all of these issues to have legal business relations and legal financial transactions between two parts.
Excellency, first of all, on behalf of Pakistan Council on Foreign Relations, I would like to extend profound gratitude for your time and an informative presentation, which have definitely changed the perception of students, which is usually influenced by a particular media. I'm very much inspired to see, especially the initiative taken to organize like a women conference. That is very much impressive, and we congratulate you on this. My question is regarding Pakistan's apprehensions or Pakistan's reservations vis-a-vis India-Iran relations. I remember when I visited Gwadar in 2016, former ambassador of Iran, Ambassador Ali Reza Bigdeli, was there to speak on that occasion. The similar question was posed to him, that your cooperation with India as part on Java development program is creating is kind of a challenge for CPEC or this, and you must be remembering that similar question was posed to Dr. Wahid Jalalzadeh as well. What do you think? What are that? Because Iran is very much clear on this. I remember Ali Raza Bigdeli was categorically said that you must remember that Chabar is Iran's port, not India's port. He was very much. Similarly, Dr. Wahid Jalalzadeh was clear on this point. What do you think? What is something that create fear in Pakistan vis-a-vis this cooperation? Thank you.
Thank you for your good question. Just see that Iran has no concern or objection regarding the development of Gwadar. As a fact of my opinion, and I mentioned recently Iran provided more 100 megawatt electricity for the development of Gwadar. Yeah? I think this is a good sign. The others trying to actually make and exaggerate a kind of rivalry between Chabahar and Gwadar. But in my opinion, there is no rivalry. Gwadar has its own capacity and Chabahar has its own capacity. Iran and Pakistan, both of the countries, they are trying to utilize these types of the strategic ports for survive their own economics. We have challenges of our economy. You have also a challenging in some economy, and you want to actually utilize the capacity of Gwadar. So, in my opinion, there is no rivalry between Chabahar and Gwadar. And I think they can, being two sister cities, a kind of cooperation, yes, sister port, what we can say. India was actually expressed its interest to invest in Chabahar. And India and Iran was actually announced that the readiness of Chabahar free zone to attract FDI, foreign direct investment for different countries. The Indian government came to the tender and they said that we are ready to invest in Chabahar. And right now many Pakistani companies are working in Chabahar as well. So there is no restriction for our brothers in Chabahar. Recently, one Iranian airline, its name is Zagros Air, they have sent a letter to us that we are ready to start a direct flight between Karachi to Chabahar in order to increase our business cooperation, people-to-people connection, to ease the visit of Iranian people to Pakistan, to ease of the visit of pilgrims and businessmen of Pakistan to Iran, because when the people are reaching to Chabahar, they can easily use the domestic flight to go to Tehran, Mashhad, Shiraz, Isfahan, and different parts of the country. So another initiative that is on table, which you may be heard in the different media, our analysis they are working on a kind of what we can say, a kind of cooperation between Iran, China, and Pakistan for the development of Gwadar and Chabahar, in order to provide the energy like crude oil, natural gas, and electricity for the projects of China in Gwadar. So the result will be improvement of Balochistan of Pakistan. So there is no rivalry, and please do not mention these types of actually media conspiracy that they are trying to divide between two nations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Excellency Mr. Hassan Nuren. Here we have a gift ceremony. I would like to call upon Mr. Hassan Nuren, please present gift to our valuable